All right. Oh, God. Whew. Yeah, we're starting off strong. All that matters is the watch in Compost. Shout out to Compost, first of all. One of my day one early high school friends, bruh. I don't really know where to start. The watch is like $20, first of all. It is cool, though. I did have a thing for Casios when I was like in high school. That's why I know probably this is around that time. Flexing a $20 watch, chest out, no peach fuzz or nothing. Line up a little cooked, but shout out to Compost. Okay. Oh, God. I mean, you want me to be honest? I actually kind of really like this post. I stand on it right now. I would post this shit again. The only thing bad about this is the lineup. That's it. This is one of those lineups, you know, where you know, okay, that dude with that lineup just is like, you know, he's got mixed kid shit going on. You can tell I have a white mom. 8 comments, 252 likes. And remember, at this time, I was convinced I was famous as hell. Like, I thought I was on, you know? I was like, yeah, I'm popping. I'm a big deal. There's no reason I should ever be sad now if back then I was looking at those 8 comments like I'm on fucking fire. Oh my God. Yo, where are you finding these photos? This is fucked. I'm like a huge chip connoisseur. Like big time. I love chips and trying to get the most unique flavors. And I mean that. Like, I'll go out of my way to get some off the wall chip flavors just to try them. And I was pretty stoked on the chicken and waffles one. They had 3 different flavors that they launched at this time. Chicken and waffles was one of them. The other one was like called like Southern, it was like biscuits and gravy essentially. This is factual. I'm locked in. And then the third one was a yellow bag and it was just hella weird. I can't really remember it, but it did not slap. And these kind of didn't slap. Honestly, all 3 of those flavors were like kind of a letdown. There was a lot of hype around them and none of them really brought it together. The chicken and waffles one weren't good. I lied in that post. I lied. I'm a liar. Wow, this is sick. Good reviews. I've always been a Donald Glover fan. And I remember the day I got that text, I was like, whoa. I was like, am I officially like a real rapper? For real? Damn, I got Donald Glover's number and bro fucks with Beautiful Loser? Wow. You know? That was a big deal. And as you can see, that one there has 1,000 likes. All right? At this point, I'm like, in my own mind, I'm like Michael Jackson, bro. I'm fucking Genghis Khan. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here. Shout out to Donald Glover for being the very first, like, superstar person to ever show me any kind of acknowledgement. That meant a lot to me. Okay, waiting for food sucks. This is insane. Yo, I look horrendous, yo. I look chopped. You know what is sad, though? You know what actually kind of fucking hurts a little bit? I am realizing, like, the not giving a fuckness was so prominent. And I'm sad that that is no longer how I, like, this guy is fearless. Look at this photo. Like, this is as chopped could be. This is fucked. And I'm just going with it, man. I really lost that spark, yo. Now I'm hella, like, hypercritical. I try to put on a cool outfit. You know what I mean? I talk about the lighting and shit. Oh, lighting ain't right. You think this guy cared about lighting? No. Look how chopped this is. Damn, my first print article. So happy. Shout out to Music Connection. I remember this. And I remember being at the indie pop offices when these things came in. That was the biggest deal. There was nothing like more important. We were all running around like celebrating and shit. And it's a tiny little article. It's not like I'm on the cover of Vogue, you know what I mean? But we were just lit for it. And yeah, that was great. Shout out to Music Connection, man. September 10th, 2013. This is the Beautiful Loser tour. It's the very first tour I ever did. And we're like headlining tour of my own. If I'm correct, this day, this specific photo, I'm not sure, but I think this is from the first show of that tour, and it was in Sacramento. We called it Rap Hell. We made it through rap hell though. And I have to say to all of my homies that were there, to everyone, I'm talking about everyone, the whole squad, that day there was 8 people in a venue built for 500. And I had to start my first tour walking out into like rap hell. You know what I'm saying? The dungeons where they don't give a fuck. Like, right? The promoter hates me. He's looking at me like, ugh, do you guys have a bathroom? I don't know. Think about how much money that guy lost, right? Everybody's treating you mean as fuck. And my homies really supported me. And then when I wanted to crowd surf, I think Brick and Ugly. I forget who specifically did it, but the homies crowd surfed me in the fucking like venue. And I'm talking about there was only enough people to fill like the front of the stage. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no second row at this concert. I remember we had like a big powwow and we told each other like, yo, we're gonna get through this because we want this shit, right? If we want it, then we're not gonna complain about this. We're gonna fucking take it on the chin and keep going. All right, what do we do? Yo, Lil Kyle. My sister took this picture of me. Shout out to her. She's the coolest member of the family. And yeah, this low-key, I don't know, you know, just a little adorable kid, you know, but look at that. It's weird. I have a peach fuzz beard. Like, you could tell I was fun to have a beard. Like, it looks like I got like dry lotion on, you know what I mean, or something. Or I'm just really ashy and I've never used lotion before, but that's all like blonde hair. Summertime and shit would come around. Like, just for whatever reason, I get like lighter fucking hair. What is that? Anybody know about that? Anybody know what that is? Zombie Kyle, Maverick. I don't even know what this, yeah. Hey, Maverick Gambino, shout out to you. Kind of don't have context on when, why this happened, but I like it. Damn. Yo, I'm a cute ass kid, yo. You can kind of tell that I was following rules. You know what I mean? This kid just does not look defiant at all. You know what I mean? He looks like very fucking complacent. We're getting in line over here now? Okay, bet. Clap twice and jump? Okay, sick. You know? I did kind of look like a Teddy Graham. Kid looks like he's going places. Okay. Dirty Ghetto Kid by @SuperDuperBrick. That's pretty accurate. I'm young, but I'm still like not young enough to be riding on like a little fucked up bike, you know? The moment you start reaching adulthood and you're still on a bike and the bike looks a little weird too and shit, you're liable to get arrested. Yeah, shot by @SuperDuperBrick too. Amongst Brick's like endless things of talents, he's always an incredible photographer. Damn, Zini was a photographer too. Yo, I forget that. Zini had the photos too. The winner by unanimous decision, Kyle Wave Weather. I definitely didn't come up with that name. I'll tell you that for sure. Wave Weather, I ain't come up with. That sounds like some shit one of the other homies came up with. Maybe Zini. This is on the Don't Wanna Fall in Love music video set, directed by Calmatic. And this was probably one of the most, I would say like important days for me in my like young career, because we had so much invested into that video going right, and it felt like for just so much time before we were thinking about it, focused on it, and it turned out to be one of the like most fun things I ever did. Why I got this mean ass Philly shell going on with a fucking farmer tan. I should have, before this video, I should have laid out in the sun because I look crazy right now. Okay, SuperDuperKyle x SuperDuperGucci. Playing absolutely no games today. So that tiger, we bought that tiger at some shop on like near Skid Row where we used to live downtown. The whole SuperDuper vibe, the whole operation was on Skid Row. I remember Nolan got this tiger and then we named it Gucci. Oh, and actually one time I was doing a session, I was working with Chance the Rapper and like Nate Fox, and the tiger was like on the couch, and like Chance turned and looked at the tiger. He didn't see it there. He just looked at it and was like, oh, fuck. Pull up, skirt, get in the ride. Now you can see here, this has 200 comments, okay? So I'm like the fucking president at this point in the game. You know what I mean? Pull up, skirt, get in the ride. 2015 seems about right, because I believe this is either the day or a couple days after the legendary project Trap Soul dropped. I was bumping Bryson every single day. Still am. I feel like every single person has used that caption. Now, focusing on the Star Wars theme of it, is I've been dedicated to this nerd shit for a long time. Yo, this ain't no game. It's not because it's popular now. When you realize Pikachu isn't real, bruh. Whose work is this? I think this is Jordan Wozniak. We called him Jay Wozy. I don't know what to say to that word. Shout out Jay Wozy. You know what's cool to point out here? From the beginning, I have been making fun of myself and dropping like little funny ass memes that include laughing at yourself. You know, meme yourself, bro. It's fun. It's so much fun. First day of school. This is when... Oh, this is in Japan. Well, I was on a trip in Japan and I went to Universal Studios out there. It was fucking lit. But all the rides were in Japanese. I couldn't follow not one storyline, but it was fun. I've been a Pokemon trainer. Where the fuck was y'all? That's another fact, yo. Y'all don't got shit like this. You know what I mean? Y'all be trying to jump on the train and just be like, oh yeah, no. Do you have a mascot of Pikachu on your tour in 2016? No. No, you don't. Also, shout out to every one of my homies that have ever worn this mascot fit. Real friends, yo. This is also bucket list shit for me. Like me as a little middle schooler wanting to be like a rapper, if I were to show him a picture of this and be like, this is literally in your future, like, you know, he'd probably be like, yes. Pikachu used to come too, he'll be there too. I learned how to fly this week, shot by at SuperDuperKyle. The whole levitating, like kind of like photo colored wall joint that Brick had going on back then was so epic. And because we lived in the same crib, like we were doing shoots and shit all the time. There was a lot of kind of Brick's photography styles that ended up becoming OD, like recreated and popular and just trendy of that moment. That I definitely have full like recognition and receipts on him doing it first. These were really fun times, man. We used to just walk around the neighborhood and my roommate at the time was just sick as hell with photography and editing and all that creative shit. So it was a lot of fun. He used to roast me, get creative, I'm bored. That was fire. I don't like how the comments shot up from 245 to 1200 though, when I opened the doors to make fun of me. Seems like maybe you guys should just be consistent on both sides of that fence, you know? It's cuffing season, choose wisely, y'all. Okay, boom, I know when this was. I think this is right before we started shooting the after party. I know I'm in New York for a reason, and I remember this fucking dog filter, and I also remember shooting the after party, and for whatever reason, those things connect. Adorable, just wholesome. Hi, Hannah Miley Cyrus. Yeah, is this me? Is this actually me? I don't know what you want me to say. Am I responding to like Miley Cyrus somewhere?
No.
I just let that one rip.
Yeah.
Hi, Hannah Miley Cyrus. Yeah, I was a little ball of energy, wasn't I? That one understandably has no likes, no retweets because nobody needs to participate in that foolery. I hope my tweets don't get spicier. Niggas in their mid-20s talking about anime like it's a new rapper. Is that my tweet? Yo. You know what? This is probably related to this. I do think the discourse back and forth about like animes and which one's good, which one's bad, this one's better, this like the discourse that goes on around it. As somebody who's like 26, 27 years old and you shitting on people online over anime, it's like, shut the fuck up and watch it. How about that? You know, you could do that. Maybe this is not basketball, okay? There's one's a good show, another one's a good show. There's worse things to be than crazy. You could be mean. That's a fact. Imagine if you were mean. That's like, that would suck. That's a shitty existence. Because most people feel like if you're mean, you get what you want and you get ahead in life and all that other shit. But remember, yes, it also comes with just a lot of feelings of, damn, that person's so mean. I hate them. Even if they never tell you. You want to be feared or do you want to be loved? That was me reacting to shit I did when I was a teenager. Thank you for watching.